Hello subscribers, this is yours truly JBlue68 coming to you with my next comic book haul video. And before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so, and tap the notification bell so you get more videos like this as I post them immediately. And this will be kind of a short haul. Most of my comic book haul videos recently have been short hauls. Most of my comic book haul videos don't get as many views as I'd like them to. Nonetheless, I continue to share them with you because of my love of comic books and what my particular favorites are. And also, I wouldn't say I'm not, a comic book specialist like some YouTubers are. There are guys who do far more better comic book reviews than I do. However, because again, my love of comics, I like to share with you what my favorite comic books are, my picks are for the week or of the month as they come out. Anyway, I want to get into this haul with starting off with our first comic book, one that has received a lot of popular reviews and praise, and that is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1. This is actually the second printing of that book. I didn't get the first printing when it came out, but I'm glad to finally have it. I read it. I thought it was good. I don't think that it was all the people are saying that it is. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best comic book Spider-Man book that I've ever read. But it definitely is good. It definitely is worth buying. It definitely is worth picking up. It's pretty much a reimagining, if you may, of the of Spider-Man character Peter Parker. Somewhat. The general synopsis of the Marvel Ultimate comic book stories is there's a character called the Maker. He's a diabolical genius who uses time travel to pretty much create a new version or his version of Earth, eliminating all the superheroes and replacing them with supervillains. And in this story, that supervillain has to be Kingpin. I don't want to give most of the story away. Ben Parker is in this story, and of course Mary Jane. The artwork is very, very nice. The artwork is by Mark Cicchetto. Yeah, so it is definitely worth picking up. I'm not dogging the story at all. But yeah. So issue number 1, second printing of Ultimate Spider-Man. Next up, we get into Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 2. And same synopsis. The Maker is pretty much eliminating all the superheroes and replacing the supervillains. In this case, it happens to be Ra and Khonshu, who are the godlike characters of Wakanda, and together they form Moon Knight. This is written by Brian Hill with art by Stefano Caselli. So yeah, I'm actually in the middle of reading this book. I started reading it yesterday. I'm not done with it yet, so far pretty good. And again, the artwork in here is phenomenal. So issue number 2 of Ultimate Black Panther. And next up we have the Ultimate X-Men, issue number 1, written and drawn by Peach Momoko. I had the pleasure of meeting Peach Momoko briefly last year, October, at New York Comic Con. You can actually catch that video in my video shorts right here on my channel. But Peach Momoko, yes, issue number 1, Ultimate X-Men. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move on here. Next up, we get into Secret Wars. Secret Wars, this is issue number 2, part of a 12-part series. This is a reprinting of the original Secret Wars storylines, and they're actually reprinting all 12 stories. This is written by Jim Shooter, and the title of this particular story is called Prisoners of War. And we see Magneto on the cover here, and then all of our superheroes in the background. Now, the story is that one of the reasons why they're redoing this story is because in the MCU, they're actually working towards doing a movie, a cinematic version of Secret Wars. Originally, they were doing, of course, the Kang Dynasty, which featured Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. But due to circumstances regarding that gentleman and other things that have happened concerning him, they've changed that storyline around where now their focus will be on these Secret Wars. So I felt it very important to actually catch up with this series, to reread it, to actually get the comic book version of Secret Wars before they, do whatever they're going to do in the MCU. We also have issue number 3, The Crisis Within. So yes, this is a reprinting of Secret Wars from the Marvel Comics group. And then we also got Marvel Battle World, featuring Baron Zemo on the cover here. And they're also talking about doing this story as well in the MCU. I don't know if they're going to combine the 2 stories, but they're pretty much, for the most part, the same. This is written by, what I mean by they're pretty much the same, I mean by the storyline itself. So, but this Battle World is basically a spin-off of the Marvel Secret Wars storyline. This is written by Tom DeFalco, and I believe I don't know who the artist is, but yeah, this is a storyline called Even Superheroes Can Die. So I have issues number 3 and 4 of Battle World. And again, I want to try to collect every single one of these issues if I can. All right, and then we have a Spider-Man right there in his black suit. It looks like the Silver Surfer, Falcon, and Daredevil, and Johnny Storm. Next up, we have issue number 1 of Star Wars Mace Windu. And this is the second time they've actually done a story on Mace Windu. This is a gorgeous cover art there. This is written by, who is it? Mark Bernardini, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, with cover art by Mateus Manhanini. And this is actually a storyline of a mission that takes place before the rise of the Separatists in the Clone Wars. Now, I've seen the interior artwork in this book, and I didn't like it. It's not the best, but the cover art is fantastic. And we see, of course, Mace Windu's infamous purple lightsaber. And this drawing, of course, looks very much like Samuel Jackson. Very, very nice there. Next up, we have Marvel Voices, issue number 1. I was supposed to get this book last month. This was really, really exclusive to Black History Month. And it features a lot of, pretty much all Black superheroes created by Marvel writers, artists, and it features biographies of the characters and of the artists too. I'm sorry I didn't have this during Black History Month, but I'm glad I have it now. And I love this cover. It features, of course, Falcon, also known, or Sam Wilson, also known as the Falcon. We have Monica Rambeau there. I believe that's Misty Knight, the Blue Marvel, and the Patriot. I'm not sure where that is in the corner over there. But yeah, we finally got the book, so I'm glad I have it in my collection now. Next up, we have Night Thrasher, issue number 1. And I haven't seen this character in a long time, man. I'm glad to finally have it in my collection. Night Thrasher is, his real name is Dwayne Taylor, and he has similar combat and fighting abilities to Bruce Wayne. He's trained in Mortal Kombat. He doesn't have any superpowers per se, but he fights crime in this particular suit that you see him in, or outfit that you see him in. He is written, the story I should say, is written by Jay Holtham with art by Nelson Daniel. And if I can, I want to show you some of the interior artwork from this book. I think that it was just very well done. And again, I have some old comic books based on this character. But again, we haven't seen him in a long time. I honestly kind of forgotten about him. But yes, here's some of the artwork of the character. Dwayne Taylor is actually the founder of another superhero group, team, I should say, in Marvel Comics known as the New Warriors. He's the founder of that particular superhero team. And I really love that artwork there. Very well done. This would also have been a great book to have had during Black History Month. But I'm glad to have it now. All right. So there we go. Night Thrasher issue number 1. I think issue number 2 will be out either next month or in May. And then we have Marvel previews Blood Hunt. This is the preview of issue number 2 of Blood Hunt, which will be written by Jed McKay and artwork by Pepe Larraz. I believe this series starts in May as well, either May or June. And we have a couple of DC comics here, not very many. We have DC's Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. And I think this is the final issue. I believe this is issue number 6. Yeah, this is issue number 6. Okay. Next up, we have Kneel Before Zod, issue number 2. Very much have enjoyed this series. Excuse me, issue number 3. Kneel Before Zod, written by Joe Casey with artist Dan McDade. Very, very cool cover there. All right, very bloody cover too. And then finally, we have this very cool comic issue from DC. This is Green Arrow, Green Lantern. And this is actually, this is a very expensive, well, kind of expensive comic. It was $6.99. This is printed on cardstock, which is very expensive material. And it actually is a cardstock and foil cover. The story is by Denny O'Neil, with artwork by the infamous or legendary Neil Adams and Dick Giordano. This is actually a reprinting, like a facsimile, basically, of this particular book. All right, and I love that cover there. Very, very nice. I think this is the first appearance of John Stewart as a Green Lantern, I think. All right. And then we have also DC Connect, which, similar to the Marvel previews, it basically introduces new comic books that will be coming out over the next few months from DC. This right here premieres Damian Wayne as the Boy Wonder, which will be under the Black Label. And they think this comes out sometime between now and May. Yeah. This will be written and drawn by visionary creator Juni Ba. I never heard of that person before. It's a 5-issue DC Black Label epic starting in May. It says right there. Okay. And we're back to issue number 1 of The Ultimate Spider-Man. So I hope that you've enjoyed these issues. I have issues. I'm glad to have them. Of this comic book haul. I will have another comic book haul coming shortly, which will be based upon independent comics. And I hope that you will join me for that particular video. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and tap the notification bell again so you get more videos like this as I post them immediately. Peace, love, and hair grease.